So, back my freshman year in high school, there was this girl who I kind of had this crush on, and me and my buddy were having lunch, and, she walks by, just a little kid. And my buddy's like, come on, talk to her, come on. I'm like, I don't know, I just can't build the courage to do something like that. And finally he convinces me. I walk right up to her, I'm like, I'll do that. And I walk away, straight up, it was sad, it was embarrassing. Now you got to be asking yourself, like, why did I just tell you this story? Why did I just embarrass myself in front of everybody here and show the ladies how, smooth I am? Anyways, the main reason is just to get a couple laughs, break the ice, get a couple chuckles, but at least everybody here is smiling. So today, I will explain why laughter, or even just smiling, is good for you by discussing the health benefits of laughter, what the social effects of smiling and those of frowning are, along with a couple things you can do just to smile every day. But first, I'd like to start off with a quote by Catherine Fenwick, a therapist and author of the book Healing with Humor. To keep in mind, your body cannot heal without play. Your mind cannot heal without laughter. Your soul cannot heal without joy. Now, some of the health benefits that come with laughter is that it can help prevent heart disease. How can this help prevent heart disease? Well, just by actually laughing, the process of laughing, that kind of thing, gets your lungs moving, your air flowing, your blood pumping, and it actually, those who laugh more often have lower blood pressure. Blood pressure relates to heart disease. Dr. Michael Miller of the University of Maryland Medical Center states, the old saying that laughter is the best medicine definitely appears to be true when it comes to protecting your heart. Another reason why it can help prevent that is through relieving of stress. Just think about the days that you're stressed out. It's such a hard day and everything. You pop in a funny movie, you start to forget about the stress or something. Or the times where you're feeling kind of down and everything. You have a friend who comes up to you and cracks a joke and makes you laugh. This all works out just to kind of lighten your mood up and get that going. Also, with laughing, again, with the whole respiration thing and getting everything going, according to Professor William Fry, psychologist at Stanford, states that 1 minute of laughter is equal to 10 minutes on the rowing machine. Now, I've never used the rowing machine, but I can probably tell that takes kind of some work going. But I do laugh a lot, so I know how tiring that can be. Got a joke for you today. Why were the strawberries troubled? Because they were in a jam. You're welcome. I'm feeling right. Now, some of the social effects of smiling. Let's see. When you smile at people, you tend to be in a more positive mood, or at least you appear to. So, in a sense, when I'm smiling, you're smiling. So I'm kind of helping you out, kind of lightening the mood, and you start to feel, happier in a way. You also look more positive and give a good vibe. If I came up to you and I was very, very frowning and very depressed all the time, you probably wouldn't want to talk to me as much. But if I was kind of, lively and in a good mood, you'd be more inclined to talking, or I wouldn't come off as a creeper necessarily, especially to that girl that I knew back in high school. So there's these two fish in a tank. One of them looks at the other one and says, "Hey, you know how to drive this thing?" That's another funny one. Now, when you frown, that's another thing. That's what I was talking about before, is that you give kind of that vibe where you shouldn't really, you're kind of, in the corners, food and everything. You give that vibe that's like, no, don't talk to me, I'll do that. And it actually takes more muscles in your face to frown than when you smile. Like, try it right now. Go ahead and everyone frown. Everyone smile. That was way more natural and way easier, wasn't it? All right. And just think about it. The times when you're kind of down, depressed. And think about those times where a friend or a loved one came up to you and told you a joke, which, trying to make you feel better. Were they telling you to be more frowny? Were they telling you to be more depressed? Were they telling, hey, lighten up. Hey, come on, I'm going to tell you another joke. I said another joke. But laughing it's just very natural for everybody. It's a great way to lighten the mood, great conversation starters, and it's just really healthy for you. You should try it very often. And all it takes is just smiling at everybody. So today, I challenge everyone to just smile at everyone you see. Crack a joke to a random person. And even just be in a lighter mood, and you'll see how more positive your day is. And then if you want to try the super challenge, just be very depressed the next day. Don't smile at anybody. You be a frowny person. And you'll see the big difference in how your life is. So, what did the buffalo say when he dropped his kid off at school? Bye, son.
All right, so Garrett, what did you think?
I thought he gained the attention of the audience really well. I really liked the quote he started off with. His main points were strong. He had really good supporting info. His transitions were well. He had extremely good eye contact. Clearly organized, great delivery, and knowledge of the topic. His jokes I thought were really funny, and overall pretty good.
All right. I like the personable story to get our attention. I think you've got a good transition to what the topic is. There's a good preview of the supporting structure. Again, I think that maybe that internal structure needs to be signposted a little bit more clearly in the body of the speech. But I thought that you did a nice job in developing the idea to some degree. I do think that you could use some follow-up data on some of the claims that are being made. We get some conclusionary statements about the benefits of smiling and laughter. And it seemed like the strongest one that you had was the heart argument, but there's nothing statistical that follows it up. It's all just kind of the conclusions of these authorities. And I think that you've got good authorities that you're citing there. It just doesn't seem like it's quite as strong as possible. The personal visualizations are always effective, and I think that's the thing that gives it the greatest persuasive appeal in the presentation, is that you are, engaging the audience. You're trying to give them examples, have them interact a little bit with you, demonstrate your very attitude about those things, and I think that is the most successful part of the presentation. Delivery issues, like I said, your vocal variety is very solid. 90% of the time your eye contact is really good. You're engaged with the audience, but I did notice several times that there's just these long periods where you are looking at the page. It's sort of like you're scanning the page, okay, and you're almost memorizing or thinking about what's going to be in the next minute of your presentation. And then once you get out of that, you're very natural, but it did seem like those sometimes seemed to linger a little bit. Not enough to be a huge problem, but it was, like I said, noticeable. I thought that you were pretty animated while you were speaking and engaged, despite the fact that you have those giant pages in your hand while you're standing there talking to us. You didn't let that limit you, which I appreciated very much. You probably still could have been a little bit smaller, put them on index cards instead, so that it's not quite as noticeable every time you're gesturing and you are fanning the room while you're doing it. And all of the jokes, of course, look, they're right up my alley. Bye, son. I like that. All right, I hope I can remember that one and tell it later. All right, I love those bad puns. Thank you.